Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw from Insider Travel Report, and I'm here today with a familiar face, Katina Athanasiou, who is the Senior Vice President, Sales and Service for the Americas for Celebrity Cruises. But in this case, we're going to ask her about a brand new product, actually, a brand new brand, Celebrity River Cruises, which has been rumored for a long time, and finally they came out just this past week with the designs and actually the sort of the schematic of what it's going to look like and when it's going to come out. And so we wanted to talk to Katina, and this is really new, so if she doesn't answer all the questions right, it's not her fault. But we're going to ask her about this really, and you're going to see some of the renderings and things that are part of this. It's really been a product that people have been talking about actually ever since the Astor River Cruise Expo earlier this year, and then you are going to be at the next Astor River Cruise when you'll probably have more details, but you're going to find out about all that and more on Insider Travel Report. Katina, first of all, it's great to see you here.
Always good to see you. I'm glad to see you live, James.
I'm glad to see me live too, so this is good. But let's talk about this because this is a brand new product, and it really, you sort of took the industry by storm when you announced that Royal Caribbean Group and Celebrity Cruises was going to be doing Celebrity River Cruises, and then everybody started saying, what's it going to be like? What's it going to be different? And it is going to be different. And so I guess the very first thing is you already selected the ship names, right?
We have Celebrity Compass will be the first ship that we bring out in 2027, followed shortly by Celebrity Seeker.
Yeah, so the Celebrity Compass and Celebrity Seeker. And when will they launch? What's kind of the timing?
So we're looking at August of 2027, where we'll bring on Compass, and then a couple months later we'll bring on Seeker, starting with the Danube, of course, the most iconic rivers in Europe. So we'll start with the Danube first in the summer, and then continue on the Rhine, and have a couple of Christmas market cruises on the Rhine.
That's fantastic. So, and they're both, I believe, being built in Switzerland and Basel, I think. I don't think you would know the shipyard. But I was going to ask her about the shipyard, but neither one of us knows what the shipyard is. Well, we know, but it's not something that's going to be familiar to you guys. Now, how many guests will these ships have total, and how many staterooms?
86 staterooms, 172 guests. Really excited about the opportunity to kind of bring a bit of innovation to the river space in both design, public spaces, and some of the staterooms as well.
Yeah, well, you're going to see some renderings, as I said. These ships are going to be very innovative. What's going to be different? Because I know you've been on river ships before, so you know kind of the standard, and they all have their slight variations, but this one looks really very different and very unique.
Yeah, you know, with river cruising, many of you have traveled on the rivers before. You know that we're a bit limited with respect to both size, width, depth, in terms of what can be built to fit on the rivers. And so we're really pushing the envelope a lot with the architects, with the designers, with the shipyard, and our internal teams to say, how do we make sure that we can bring what Celebrity is known for? And we've talked a lot about bringing a bit of the edge class vibe and energy and aesthetic over to the rivers. So what you're going to see by that is some of the innovation on the outer decks, on the top deck 4, in terms of what we're doing.
We usually call a sun deck, right?
And what we're doing, we've talked about having what we're calling the Magic Edge, which are these dining pods that are cantilevered over the water. So as
you don't have anything like that on Celebrity Edge class. I was saying in the story I wrote, I said, yeah, that reflects Celebrity a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
So instead of just going up and down like the Magic Carpet, the Magic Edge will now rotate and kind of cantilever over. So, and that's just one thing that we've announced so far in terms of some of the innovation and really desire to bring our guests a bit closer to the outside, because that's what they love about the river product as well, is really getting immersed in the culture and destination and bringing them closer to that.
And I saw one shot, a rendering, and you'll see it here, of the stern, and there's actually a pool in the stern, right? That's outside, right?
We do. We have an infinity edge pool that will have more like a plunge pool type. Some of the stateroom categories that we're bringing, which are new to the river, we have a skylight suite, the river view, the balconies, and really having the opportunity to bring, again, more of the outside in, bringing a bit more contemporary. look and feel and aesthetic to the rivers. They have tended to be a bit traditional in nature, and our guests are looking for the Celebrity Way in both hardware and soft goods, and of course hospitality.
Well, you'll see some of the renderings of them, and the suites look beautiful, and they're all. Although the one comment I had, this is a travel advisor called and said, are there any TVs in the rooms? And I'm like, I didn't think about that, right?
I can confirm we will have TVs in the rooms. We did not have them in the initial renderings.
Well, somebody's obviously missed them right away. But so don't be worried. You're going to get TVs.
We have a TV.
You have a TV. And then, of course, you have amazing kind of these windows that goes in some cases, all the way down the full side of the ship, right?
Yeah. So if you think about what we've done and the innovation with our infinite verandas, even on the ocean, is we're bringing that concept as well to the rivers. So we'll have the infinite balcony and we'll have the infinite veranda. We have the river view. We've got standard balconies. We've got 5 different categories of staterooms.
I was going to ask you that, how many, but you have 80-some staterooms to play with, so there's going to be different categories. Now, of course, then we're all going to turn to what are you going to eat on board? And I don't think you've announced all the restaurants, but how many restaurants will be on board?
We have not yet announced all of the venues. I will tell you there are going to be multiple, and we're very focused on giving our guests choice and making sure that we have something for everyone in terms of what they want. So more to come on that, but I can tell you it will be multiple.
Are you going to reflect some local cuisine as well? Obviously, you're going to be going through Austria and going through France and Germany, right?
Yeah. There's a very deep connection that we want to bring our guests to in terms of the local authenticity and the immersion of the destination. That's really what people love about River. And so that will come through in both food and drink, but also in a way that's very approachable, because that's what we do, and making it very comforting to know that when they step on a Celebrity River cruise, it will be the feeling and home of stepping on a celebrity ship.
Well, that was what I was going to ask. I mean, how will these ships really reflect the celebrity experience? I mean, aside from kind of the cantilevered pods for some of the dining that you're talking about, but you are really intent on getting the sort of the same experience, same feel, so that your ocean guests are going to be happy when they get on board.
Very much so. So I'll tell you, it starts with the crew. And, we have an internal service culture that we talk a lot about called the Celebrity Way. And this is about service, but more importantly, about hospitality and about how our crew makes our guests feel. And so first and foremost, it will be the thread of everything that we have on all the product, just like we have on Ocean, like we have in Galapagos today, and that we will have on River product as well. So the Celebrity Way is really important, hospitality. The second component will be the inclusive nature of what we have with our all-included program that will transition into River. And what that looks like is the classic beverage package, 24 hours. So alcohol and coffees and waters and sodas all included, as well as our classic Wi-Fi. We also will include a choice of shore excursion each day.
Okay, you're still working on those, right? The different one. And of course, we all know the different kinds of, and hopefully you're going to try to do something a little different and unique, right?
Stay tuned for that.
Well, that'll be in the next interview. We'll talk about what do you do when you get off the ship, which is, you're going through Europe, so you got to see some great things. So let's talk a little bit about any other facilities on board. Will you have a fitness center, spa, things like that?
We will not have a spa. We will not have a casino. We're really looking to leverage the public space to make sure that we can provide the right level of activity and entertainment that our guests on the river will come to expect and love with Celebrity. So more to come on that, because we're bringing a lot to life over the course of the next several months.
Now, I guess the big question is, why did Royal Caribbean Group and through Celebrity decide to get into river cruising at this time?
The short answer is that our guests are very interested in it. When we surveyed a lot of our guests across all 3 of the brands within the corporation, River Cruise is very high from an intent perspective. And there's a subset that have in fact sailed on River before, but there's also a large subset that hasn't. And the familiarity of Celebrity in terms of what we do and how we deliver was very, very interesting to the guests that we surveyed. So this was a natural evolution for us to talk about how do we transition and create a vacation of a lifetime into a lifetime of vacations, and have additional product and offerings and really unique opportunities for people to experience us throughout the year.
So you did find that your ocean guests would like to try a river cruise?
1 in 5.
1 in 5 did. That's amazing. So now, anything else you want to tell our 125,000 travel advisors who are very curious about this product? Not only are they curious, I think some of your competition on the rivers is also very curious, and a lot of them have said, "Boy, that's a really beautiful design." When I asked them about it, so they're looking at it and they're seeing what you're doing, right?
Yeah, there's a couple of things. First and foremost, we don't believe that we're entering into the market to shift share from competitive. We believe that the celebrity guest on ocean is the Celebrity River Cruise product. So first and foremost, this is about talking to your celebrity guests about having a different product offering. Second is that we need your help, and we appreciate everything that you do for our ocean product, our Galapagos product, and we're going to look to continue to have the support, of course, on the rivers. So we're very excited about, again, creating another product offering for our advisors to be able to sell. And third is just a massive thank you for the support. We opened up this week with our priority access.
I hear you sold out, right?
What we did, we had a limited offering, and we knew that it was going to be limited, of a priority access, which basically allowed the most interested guests to raise their hand for a refundable deposit that would put them to be first in line to be able to book. So we sold that at a limited capacity because we wanted to make sure, one, that those guests could get a 2027 voyage that they wanted, and two, we wanted to have enough available inventory left over for open general sale.
And when is the open general sale?
The end of this month. So stay tuned for that.
The end of September. Well, hopefully, I think this will be out before the end of September. So, so take a look at that. And finally, where can travel advisors go to learn more about this? Obviously, we've done the story, and a lot of the renderings are out there. But where can they go? I think it's your thecelebritycommitment.com, right?
You got it. Keep watching Insider Travel Report, number one, and then thecelebritycommitment.com, or our private travel advisor Facebook group, which is also called The Celebrity Commitment.
Fantastic. Well, I think we're going to be doing a few more interviews on this little product, and I have a feeling you just might show up at the Astor River Cruise Expo next year.
I might be there, so I hope that you guys
more
join
details then at the thing. We'll know a lot more maybe about the dining and some of the other things going on, but it's a very exciting time. We always love to see new products, and to get Ocean Cruise coming into the we've had the opposite happen with a river cruise going into Ocean Cruise, but so it's fair is fair, right? So it's an Ocean Cruise coming into the river cruise market as well, and it's a great idea. I think I wish you all the best of luck. From all the reaction so far, I don't think you're going to have a problem. I think a lot of people are going to come.
Well, we appreciate the tremendous support, not only from you and Alan, but from all of our advisors. We can't do this, nor do we ever want to do it without you. So thank you for your support. Keep booking, and can't wait to see you guys on the oceans and the rivers.
Fantastic. Well, I'm James Schillinglaw with Katina, and we will talk to her again. And this is Insider Travel Report.